All right, welcome to a live edition of the St. Louis Dirt Track Racing Podcast powered by IROC TV. My name is Brian Rick. I'm joined by the man, the myth, the legend, Neil Quick with R&R Racewear. How you doing, Neil?
Good, Brian. How you guys doing this evening, man?
Decent. I'm ready to talk some dirt track.
Well, we kind of have a big dirt race in town this weekend.
Yeah, there's a big one. Hey, so tonight we got, we had Kenny Wallace. That some technical difficulties there. We got Brandon Shepard, Cody Summer, and Ben Shelton. We're all going to be talking about the Gateway Dirt Nationals in St. Louis here on starting off on Thursday. So let's go ahead and bring Ben in and let's get it started.
Absolutely.
There he is, Ben Shelton, everybody. How we doing, Ben?
Oh man, we're good. It's been a busy week from the holiday to getting ready for the Dome, but man, I'm fired up and ready to rock.
Absolutely. How's things looking down there? You've been to the track. How are we shaping up?
I actually have not. I'm still in Memphis. I'm actually rolling up there in the morning. I've been working, getting some notes ready, some other things buttoned up. You know, with the Dome straight into PRI, getting ready to be on the road pretty much 10 days in a row. So if you can still one more day at home, you can. But talking to the Gundakers and seeing what Cody and Emma and the gang have been putting on social media, I think the racetrack probably looks the best I've seen it look at this point leading into it, and that's got me really excited.
Yeah, me too. I've seen some pictures of them hauling the dirt in. I'm like, dang, is that dirt different? It just looked different to me. So maybe it had moisture in it. I don't know. It just looked different. What'd you think of it, Neil?
Man, I thought the same thing. I thought, man, I hope that stuff ain't soft. But I mean, it's constant. I mean, from the Supercross days, knowing where they get the dirt and stuff like that. St. Louis has always had that traditionally soft dirt, and them guys do a great job down there working with what they've got.
That's crazy, isn't it, to build a dirt track of that caliber in 3 days? So,
I'm gonna have to give them a shout out this year. I know the Gundakers kind of been working on this for a long time, and I think they had that setback. Unfortunately, with one of their good employees, and
right,
I got to give a shout out to Robert, and hopefully he's feeling well and better now. So
definitely,
probably a little bit more work this year.
Absolutely. So Ben, Flow Racing, man, tell us how the coverage. You guys got a lot going on. That's quite the undertaking.
It is. I was doing another interview earlier today, and somebody asked about it. And I said, albeit one of the smallest tracks we'll do an event at all year, we have our biggest staff because you want to do the event justice. And you have so many cool things in the Dome, from the Jumbotrons to the $2.1 million JBL audio system. You got a lot of things you can do there you don't have other places. So, we have like 7-man cameras. Then we have the GoPros. We're bringing Jay Van in, Jerry Van Sickle. He's joining the broadcast team this year. With myself and Dustin Jarrett, and Trenton Berry, and Blake Anderson. So, it's just there's a lot of coordination that goes in. And I'm not going to lie, right before we did this interview, I told my wife, I said, I feel like I'm ready. But then there's part of me like, all right, what did I forget? Because it's such a big deal. You don't want to get there and just totally drop the ball. So, man, we're all geared up, but it's all hands on deck. I mean, a lot of people think by December, everybody's kind of mailing it in. That's not the case with this. We are just full bore, and we want it to be right.
Right. We're excited, man. I can't wait to start watching it. We're going to be down there on Saturday for the finale. It's going to be
going back to that, just thinking about the layout and the time frame for the races. I know all the drivers and teams check in on Wednesday. That's load in basically. On Thursday, Ben, what time frame does everybody kind of get in there and pack in, and the pits open up on Thursday?
Pits open at 11 all 3 days. I've actually got my cheat sheet note here. I saw somebody ask that question. Yeah, it's 11 all 3 days, and then drivers meeting at 1. 2 o'clock, the actual Dome doors open for the general admission and the seating, and then we usually go live about 2:30 with the pre-race show, and 3 o'clock's on track activities. And from there it's wide open and until we have to take breaks for whatever issues might come along. But yeah, that's the slate for all 3 days.
Has the format changed anything this year than from previous years of how to get in? And
it has changed a little bit in that we're going to lock as you get old, your memory starts getting away from you. As I remember it, in the past few years, I've taken the top 4 out of the prelims. This year, we're taking the top 3 out of the prelims for the late models and the mods. So there'll be 6 locked into each come Saturday. And then I think the biggest note is the win and you're in qualifiers that have been added this year on Saturday, where in the past, if you didn't get in out of your qualifier, say if we take 3 out of a late model or two out of a late model qualifier, 3 or 4 out of the mods, if you weren't there, your weekend's over. Well, now they've added a deal where they're going to take the top 1 or 2, that the first 2 that don't transfer out of each one of those qualifiers, and you're going to have a 10 to 12 car win in your end deal, where the winner of that one is going to earn a spot in. So it's a true last chance showdown, and then money's added in there where those guys are going to make some extra money as well if you get to that. So I really like what Cody, Summer, and the staff have done, giving guys an extra chance to get in on Saturday.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. Something different there.
Absolutely. So looks like we have Cody right here, and we'll bring him on next. You guys busy, man. You guys are going to be busy the entire time. I can't imagine the amount of hours that you're going to put in broadcasting this thing.
Well, it's a lot. And, just the announcing notes, I've probably got 20 hours in the announcing notes so far because, and Cody can speak to this when he comes on. Usually we have 80 to 90 late models. This year, it's 144 like that, and they lock it down, and there's like 30 guys on the waiting list. I can tell you this. I have spoke to pretty much every late model modified driver that was either invited or entered into this event. I think I have like 5 late model guys that aren't going to be able to make it. So we're easily, unless the creek rises, I think we're going to be over 130 late models. Yeah. It's an undertaking, and a lot of these guys, admittedly, I consider myself late model to the bone, and you get to looking at this list and you're like, wow.
Right.
So I have talked to some drivers that I've never spoke to before, and then some that admittedly I've never heard of. And, that gets me excited. And I think that's largely the Tyler Carpenter factor. Tyler is a powerhouse in that Ohio Valley, but I think guys see Tyler win, back in 19 and then 2021. Obviously, we didn't have it in 20. And they're like, man, if the cards fall right, this is a race that a lower budget team can win. And I think that's largely spearheaded while we've got so many cars.
Absolutely. Hey, you got time to stick around, Ben, or do you need to run? I will bring Cody in here and we'll have a little chat.
Yes, sir.
Hang on a second. Let's get him in here. How about you, Cody? You got us? Nope, no sound. Nope, still don't have him.
Just 1, 2.
There we go.
There we go.
We got you now, Cody. How you doing, Mr. Summer?
I'm doing good. I'm in the walls and concrete and under this roof, so maybe my signal's all messed up. Who knows?
Probably has something to do with it.
Hey, I need to talk to the Flow Racing guys. They probably got the Wi-Fi hookup.
There you go. So
it sounds like there's going to be plenty of those guys there this weekend.
Yeah, you're not wrong there. But hey, thanks for joining us. We're excited to have you on. It's St. Louis the Dome race is a big deal to everybody that lives around here and afar. So, just how's it going down there? Tell us what's happening. You guys are ready to go racing, it looks like.
Yeah, it's our move-in was real smooth, probably the smoothest ever. It feels like I say that every year, so I don't know how we can continue to make it smoother, but it's been amazing. It's been 7 years since the first go, and
unbelievable.
This is event 6 now, so got most of the same team, a lot of the same team, and but we did get a new dirt partner that does a lot of the and works with Kevin on the ground on things, and they handle a lot of the hauling and heavy equipment stuff, and that sped up a lot of it this year. We've got heavy equipment than we've ever had, and I think that's it's definitely changed the track. We're going to see, but the track seems to be harder than the past. So I guess we'll see.
I noticed that, and I'm the dirt looked different to me. Is the mixture different? Is there more? Something's different.
It's all the same. It's the same dirt. Again, it was just brought in a little differently, and the way we loaded it down inside of our dimensions, we did it differently. Like the semis, they really rolled it in, as we unloaded it. So, and then it was as soon as dirt hit the ground, we had heavy equipment touching it, and again, in the past, it took a little longer to push that or move that, but it was like as soon as it came out of the truck, it had blades on it, a dozer or a grader or something. So jelly excavating and McCoy Forestry. They're the John Deere dealer in the St. Louis market, a big one. They jumped in with the event this year for the first time, and it's been a huge help and huge support. And I think it's going to produce, help us produce, a good racetrack.
It looks good. It sure does.
We were Cody. We were talking to Ben about the new format and a little bit of the changes going on to get into the program this year, and kind of the excitement of the qualifier, when you qualify or get in type of deal on Saturday. Kind of build some more excitement for the fans and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, when you get 150 late models to register, and then you have, I think we have 120 or 130 on a waiting list. On top of that, it's kind of remarkable. And I really just kind of got to thinking, it's like, man, I've watched for years a guy miss the show by like one spot, and it's a lot of money to come to St. Louis. I know it's one of the most expensive races for all these guys. It's just part of like what we're doing inside of a building. It's just expensive for everybody. But for that guy to miss the show by one spot, it's like, man, that hurts more than anything. And to be able to give a guy at least one more chance, right?
Yeah.
Yep. They all get B mains. There's B mains on the prelim nights, but there's never been on Saturday. On Saturday, there's been our last chance races. They go out there, you're either in or you're going home.
Yeah. And
so that's just a heartbreaker. And I've watched guys that had a flat maybe, or just missed it by one spot, and this is going to give them an opportunity to put it all on the line one last time. I mean, literally. So I think we're going to see some elbows thrown in the last chance races on Saturday.
Those are going to be exciting, man. You are not going to want to miss that for sure.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, between the flow coverage and those type races. Asking you guys, both of you guys here, just having you here, do you guys have a pick, somebody that you think is going to possibly turn it on and maybe knock Tyler off the throne there in the late models this year?
I'm going to go with one, Cody. I think Tanner English, man, he's been so close before. And, I saw somebody asked about dark horse pick, and it's like, well, hell, a dark horse has won it 2 of the first 5 years, with Tyler. Yeah. So I think this is Tanner's year, man. He is inspired. I think this is Tanner English's year to take it.
What do you think, Cody?
Yeah, he's definitely good. I mean, he's been one of the most consistent guys. He's probably the most consistent guy that has not won yet. So he's definitely got to be in that conversation. And oddly enough, although now he's, Tanner's a traveling guy now, right? And national, he still just doesn't get, for whatever reason, he doesn't get that like national recognition. And he's like always a dark horse, it feels like, but he's won some big races. So he's definitely a good pick. I don't know why, but I've kind of been more on the more obvious pick side this year of believing that it's going to be a guy that can have success at the Dome, that also is a national guy that wins a lot of races, a guy like Brandon Shepard. If I had to pick one guy, I guess right now I would probably pick Brandon Shepard winning on Saturday. Yep. He really wanted to win last year. He had a chip on his shoulder, and I feel like this year, with all the changes going on in his program, I think he's going to be coming on a mission. And so I think he's my one pick if I had to pick one.
Who are you taking, Neil?
No, I'm probably with Cody on this. I think that Brandon, with the new team and hometown sponsorship and here in the Dome in St. Louis, I think that he's had some chances of being really close, and he's going to come in with the momentum they're going to have to beat him to win it, put it that way.
Absolutely. That's my pick, man. So Cody, I know you got a multi-year deal on this thing. How long are we looking at the Dome race, or can you talk about that?
Say that one more time. I couldn't quite hear you.
So that you got a multi-year lease on the Dome for multiple races. What are we looking at there?
Yeah, so this year is the first of my 3-year renewal, so I have it for 2 more after this. So That'd be through 2024. That's just for now. I mean, that's not saying it's over at 2024. That's just
Right.
where we're at in our process. But
Right.
we're always working on the future. There's a lot going on. People are just going to see that there's a lot of construction going on right now around the building and on the building. There's an expansion project. There's a ballroom project. There's a lot of roads closed around the dome. It's kind of chaotic, to be honest with you.
It's chaotic down there. I'm with you.
But I look at that as, there's not, people can show up and get frustrated that the normal door that they maybe went to is no longer accessible, or they get excited, about the fact that the building is getting renovations made to it. And that obviously means there's a future there. So,
right.
I got a question here real quick.
Go ahead, Neil.
Cody, just kind of going back, I know you've ran the midgets there a couple years as a test type of deal. Is there in the future a Cody Sumner promoted indoor midget race or sprint car race down the road sometime, or is that something that we've tried and steering away from?
Never say never.
Okay.
I have nothing against midget racing or open wheel racing. Obviously, I felt that was important to bring it here. But as I've said in the past, this is a late model event. It was started as one, and it'll always be one. So I've looked at the ability of doing its own event as a midget event. And there just hasn't been the right time of year or the dates available to do it.
Right.
So that is something I've considered, and I have had conversations at the America Center and the Dome about. So I wouldn't be surprised if in the future maybe we put something together there. But right now, involving the midgets back with this event, I would not expect that, at least for the next few years, because we're going to be more limited on our pit space because of the renovations they're making. So.
Okay.
As long as there's 150 late model teams in the country that want to register and come run the Dome, that's going to be the focus is late models. So
that makes perfectly.
And I mean,
sense.
hey, I love the modifieds too. Don't get me wrong, but
yeah, those guys.
Again, the focus on
what a talented field of modified drivers that you guys got going on. Then.
Absolutely.
The other thing is
that'll be good racing right there. So.
The other
Cody,
thing is,
we know you're busy, man. We don't want to keep you all night here, and I'm sure you got a lot going on there that you need to tend to. So thank you for joining with us. We'll see you Thursday night.
Great. I appreciate you having me on, and look forward to having everybody here. And see you guys soon.
Absolutely. Thanks, Cody.
Thank you, guys.
Well, that was interesting. I heard a possible midget race at the Dome in the future.
Well, I mean, you do have Ben Shelton from Flow Racing over here, and I mean, Kyle Larson does do a lot of midget racing, and his midget does have Flow Racing on it. And I know there's been these rumors floating around of midget racing needing some more exposure and possibly some bigger races that maybe benefit the drivers a little bit more, and drivers and owners and teams and stuff like that. So it'd be interesting to see, maybe kind of like what Cody said, a standalone event in the future down the road, something that might shake the tree a little bit. But
that'd be something. What do you think, Ben?
I can tell you, knowing Cody for about 10 years now, the quickest way to get him to do something is tell him that he can't do it. So
right.
We actually have a running joke that when we really want him to do something, we tell him it can't be done or don't do it. And if you think it's a bad idea, you say, yeah, Cody, you should do that. So no, I mean, he's, I think people sometimes sell short, look, no matter what, this track's always going to be a little bit rough. They're always going to tear stuff up. It's a tight bull ring. There's racetracks that have been around for 40 years that are rough every week. This one's got about a week to it. But I think people sell short what gets accomplished by Cody and his staff. We come in, I'll get there tomorrow about 2:00. I'll come in, we'll do our thing, and then we leave. And then people don't realize he's got to be out of that building by Monday at like 5 o'clock. So for what him and his staff do from start to finish, and the gun dakers and everybody, it's amazing. Like my background, I was a civil engineer for 11 years. So that really fascinates me and what he does. So if there is any tangible possibility anything can be done, he's going to do it. I know he really wants the midget thing to work, but he's right. This was a late model deal from the get-go. Who knows what the future will hold? And I mean, the unfortunate part was we only had like 22 midgets last year, but Jonathan Beeson just put on an absolute show. He was worth the price of admission last year. So I hope the midgets do come back. And I think Cody said it best. Don't write them off yet. Anything's possible.
That would be a hell of a show is all I can tell you. So Ben, thank you for joining us. I know you probably got to get your suitcase packed and head this way. So we'll see you guys on Thursday night, and thank you very much.
Absolutely. Thanks, really appreciate you guys having me. This is really cool what you're doing here, and everybody in the chat room. Thanks for checking it out. We look forward to seeing you in the STL this weekend.
We'll see you, Ben.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye.
Well, there you have it, Neil. I was hoping that that's crazy news, man. A standalone midget race in St. Louis, maybe that'd be something.
Well, it's anything's possibility with Cody, and just like Ben said, you kind of dangle the carrot in front of him and tell him it's not going to happen, and he's going to prove it to you. So I don't think he ever gets the credit that he really does deserve, and pulling this event in, doing what he's done, and being the crown jewel that it has become.
Yeah, I agree.
Here in our backyard, we are absolutely spoiled at the idea that we get to have it here and drive 25 minutes to go watch 3 great nights of indoor dirt late model modified racing.
I'm excited. We're going down. Me and my son are going to go down Saturday night. We're going to be up in Kyle Steffen's suite cheering him on, and I'm sure I'll see you down there. And I think from here we're going to take a little bit of a break, and we'll be back with Brandon Shepherd here in a little bit. So we'll talk to everybody here shortly.
LBB chef Brandon Shepard gets it done in one.
Can you hear me? Cannot hear you.
Yep. Sorry about that, guys. I had the button hit. How we doing, Brandon?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
Good, good. Hey, thanks for taking some time out tonight and joining us. We're gonna talk about the Dirt Track Nationals.
Right on. Right on.
What
Hey, Brian, you got me?
I got you.
Okay. Sorry, my mic was acting up. Sorry, guys. How you doing, Brandon?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
So, how you feel going into the big dome this weekend?
I feel pretty good about it. It's definitely been a just got back from my honeymoon a couple days ago and finished up and tidied up, and I had my 2 new guys. Exciting, and we got a lot of new sponsors on board for this deal, and that's just a big year ahead of us. You know, a lot of new things for me, so it's going to be cool.
Yeah, you got a great looking hot rod down there with
Yeah, man, that
hometown
thing is
sponsor and
sharp.
everything on there.
You know, the Veterans Golfers Association and Anheuser-Busch coming on board for us and the team, and everybody's really excited about them. And then, of course, True Timber. We've just got a lot of really cool stuff going on this year, and all kinds of. It's going to be an exciting year for us, and it's going to be new for me, and there's going to be a lot of different stuff going on, but it should be. My 2 crew guys started this week, so I'm excited about that, and most of our stuff in place for next year. Obviously, we're not going to race one of our newer here at the Dome because there's a high probability of getting tore up there, but looking really good, and the body's really nice on it, and the wrap turned out phenomenal.
Yeah, that car is super nice.
It turned out awesome, and I'm gonna stay looking that nice, but you know, as long as it's up front, that's all that matters.
That's it, man. I feel like the Dome owes. I mean, you've been close, man. What was it, like 2 inches? I feel like
yeah.
To me, this is your year. I have you as my pick. I know Neil has you as his pick. What you're gonna rip the top? You're gonna roll the bottom? We're gonna wait and see what do we what's in store? What's in store for us, Brandon?
I don't know yet. It just depends a lot on the track. You know, it's kind of different every year, if that makes any sense. It's got a little bit different characteristics every year. We'll see what happens. Hopefully our car's pretty good. You know, we got, like I said, we've been thrashing on it all week, getting everything ready, and everything looks like it's in place, and the car looks. It should be fast. It's just a matter of having a little bit of lady luck on our side.
Now, question for you. I'm sorry, Brandon. A question for you. I see you on social media. You're building a new race shop up there.
Yeah, we're building a new race shop. Basically now.
So, are you working out of one of your old shops coming home? Is that what you're working out of, or are you working?
Yeah, right now I'm working out of the shop that I've worked out of for
the
whole time.
That's it's kind of exciting to see that happening too. I mean, new shop and new team car and all that.
My dad and my grandpa, you know, coming together on that. It's bigger and better than I could ever imagine it being. So you know, as much money as everybody's got invested in it, in our team. The hauler, you know, we need to be able to keep it inside, keep it nice as we can for as long as we can, and stay inside. And the hauler's going to stay inside all the time, like I said, and plenty of work. It's going to be a huge update for us, and it's going to be really cool because it's what I've always dreamed of is, you know, being able to have my family here at home. So that's what we're doing. You know, Jason,
Man, it's always
got Riggs on with us. That's, you know, that just made everything better. You know, making building the shop easier, and just everything's coming full circle for me.
Yeah, I talked to Jason earlier, and man, and them guys are great guys. I just
very good people. Yeah.
Yeah, just sent up some new sweatshirts and some jackets up to them for the weekend.
Cool.
So some new SRR stuff. So, but yeah, pretty
Yep.
excited to see what you got going on. And like I said, I mean, the hot rod looks really cool for down there with the Veterans Association deal, and then Budweiser on there, and tying the Clydesdales in some stuff there. So
yeah,
pretty cool.
that's
Yeah,
definitely cool.
Yeah, they're pretty
I'm
cool.
excited for you, man. I hope hope to see you do real well down there. And I know me and Brian was just talking to Ben Shelton and Cody, and sounds like the track, like you said, it's always a different process of putting it together from year to year, and things have went together pretty good this year. But the same dirt, but sounds like the process this year was a little bit different, and they're expecting maybe a little bit of a harder surface, which it always does. Gets rough and tumble down there. You guys know the way it works. So be interested to see how it happens.
I like it rough. I like it.
Yeah.
I think it's more racy that way. Every time it's been smooth and slick, we just run around the bottom, and it ain't.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Go ahead and put the holes in it now. Let's start that way.
I'm perfectly okay with that.
Yeah, you run good around there, so I'm excited for you. I'm glad you're back home in New Berlin racing with your family. I've been a fan of the Shepherds for a long time. I've been running around Jacksonville Speedway ever since I was a kid, so I know Tommy and all and all them boys. So I'm happy for you. We're going to be rooting for you.
I appreciate it.
We'll see you.
Super Chef's coming back this weekend.
That's it, man.
Be there.
Yeah, that we'll have to come down and see him.
Oh yeah,
we'll definitely.
I'm sure he'll be Mr. Excitement.
he always. I can. I mean, I remember a lot of stories of running sprint cars around Jacksonville with the Shepherds. So, I'm happy you're back there, and we're rooting for you, buddy. So,
I appreciate it.
Absolutely. We're not going to keep you, Brandon. I know you got a lot going on, and you got to get ready for your race and probably travel and all that. So we definitely appreciate you joining us, and best of luck to you this weekend. And we will absolutely be rooting for you.
Yeah, hope to see you this weekend.
I appreciate it.
Put it up the top. Yeah.
Yeah, put it on the fence, man.
We'll try. I appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
All right, Brandon. Have a great night.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Bye.
Thanks.
Well, there you have it, Neil. We're going to close this one out with some interesting conversation. I don't know about you, but I'm excited about the Gateway Dirt Nationals.
Yeah, it's excited. It's exciting to see what's happening. I mean, like Cody said with and Ben, both just the car counts and
it's incredible, man. Crazy.
Well, the event and I'm gonna tell you the undertaking and the ideas of what he had to put together and went through the first couple of years. I know seeing it and in motorsports, it's real easy with social media out there. It's for the wrong things to get out in the air. That aren't necessary. I mean, the positivity part of it and all the hard work that Cody's put into this deal to make this event what it is and what it's become and where it may go is something you can't take away credit wise from him. And very happy for him, the success he's had with it, and hopefully it continues. I know being a St. Louis native and yourself, we're proud to have this event here.
Oh, absolutely, man. That's a big deal. It's a huge deal, and he's done it well. You know what I mean? He's done this whole I can't even imagine, I'm going to wake up. Hey, I'm going to go rent the dome and we're going to build a dirt track in it and have the biggest dirt late model race in the Midwest. And we're going to do it in December. That's crazy. So he's hats off to him and his crew and the Gundakers and everybody that it's taken to make this thing what it is. So
yeah, I know talking tonight, I know we asked Cody and Ben with their pick for the late models. And I know we threw our pick in there. Between you and me, who you taking in modifieds? Is the guy on your shirt going to win?
Right here.
That guy right there, the Warlock.
The Warlock.
Oh, that's going to be man. If he wins the modifieds down there, I mean, we always talk about if Brian Brown wins Knoxville, they're going to burn the stands and the place won't be there anymore. I mean, we're going to need a venue if Kai wins the modifieds down there.
It'd be Warlock. I mean, a whole different level of Warlock. He wins this thing. I think he can do it. He's had a really great year. His new car looks awesome. Best one yet. And
little back in black, huh?
Back in black, baby. I'm that's my pick. No question. So
I mean, he's got some stiff competition. I mean, it's pretty crazy, but I mean, you got Mike Harrison, Tyler Nicely.
Yeah.
I mean, you got even some of the local guys down there that just really, really tough competition modified wise. I mean, some guy by the name of Kenny Wallace is always going to be tough. So, I mean, you throw these guys out there, and the best thing is the fans and in town and the folks traveling here get to see some great bull ring short track racing, brave the elements and be in a nice warm building and watch it and have a good time, man. It's a party.
There ain't nothing better than that, but better than racing in December indoors. So that's about all we have, Neil. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me.
We will get some of our technical difficulties out of the way, fixed, and we'll bring you all a new show better than ever. So, Neil, have a great night. Hey, aren't you racing for a championship tonight?
Yeah, I got I got to be on here in about 30 minutes and go for a championship in the iRacing league I do on Tuesdays. Tuesdays and Thursdays are my iRacing leagues. Tonight it's 4 men enter, 1 man wins. So we'll see how that happens, but hopefully we can put it at victory lane tonight.
Bring it home, baby.
Thanks, man.
All right, we'll talk to you later.
Over and out, man. See ya.
See ya.